Welcome to the guest lounge on the Willie J Show on Gospel City 24/7. Be entertained, informed, and edified on Saturday morning's talk radio show, the Willie J Show on Gospel City 24/7. And now, and now, and now, with today's guest, here is the man himself, Mr. Willie J.
Hello everyone, welcome again to the guest lounge where we have a very special guest for you every morning, Mondays through Fridays at this time. It's all a part of the Willie J Show right here on Gospel City 24/7. And this morning we have a gentleman called Sonny. He's going to tell us how sunny he is. Sonny, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Willie J.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, we're happy to have you here this morning. So could you give us your full name?
All right, my name is Sonny Ezurike. That's my full name, Sonny Ezurike. Yes, otherwise known as Sonny Zurix.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. And we are happy to have you, Sonny. We'll just stick with Sonny. Yes, for this interview. So, Sonny, tell us, where are you from, which country, and what was life like growing up as a child for you?
Originally, Sonny is from Nigeria. Life growing up as a child in Nigeria was pretty difficult, pretty rough, more so being that I lost my sight at age 3. So it wasn't really a very funny experience as a child growing up back home in Nigeria. But then there it is. I'm grown up now and possibly overcome most of those challenges that we had those days while growing up. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So growing up as a child in Nigeria, what was it like going to school for you?
Well, like I said, I lost my sight when I was 3. So. Yes. I didn't get to start school until about age 9, and quite interesting. Studying in a special school for the blind along with other blind children. We didn't have the necessary facilities, necessary materials to really study. No machines, no braille writing frames, no Perkins braillers, but we still carried on like that. Yes. Okay. So that's it.
Yes. So how did they really teach you to read and write without those equipment?
Well, it's not as if they didn't have. I mean, out of 20 blind students, you could have just one braille writing frame to teach the entire 20 children. So
okay.
It had to be one after the other.
yes, taking turn. Okay, interesting.
So it just wasn't enough to go around.
Yes. And so you all had to learn community spirit, sharing. Yes.
If you're done with child A, you move to child B, child C, D until you get so it was quite sluggish and very slow.
Okay, yes, I can imagine. I can imagine. So, as you became a teenager now and started to think about adult life, what were the thoughts going through your mind, especially regarding a career?
Well, as I was growing up, yes, to a teenager, about that time I graduated from primary to secondary school,
Yes.
and I was already thinking of what to be in life, what to do with my future, and I discovered that I was in love with everything human rights. So I thought I was going to be a lawyer, and of course I ended
Okay.
up becoming a lawyer. Yeah, so today I'm a lawyer, and especially a human rights lawyer,
Okay.
specialized. Yeah.
Yes, very interesting. Very interesting. What is it like as a lawyer, being a blind person who is a lawyer? What is it like for you?
Lots of challenges, lots of challenges. In the area of getting clients that could trust in your ability to deliver in
Yes.
their jobs,
Yes.
but somehow I wouldn't say it's been that difficult. I had a lot of had a number of clients,
Okay.
but of course I had some who couldn't just trust in my services because I was blind, really. But then I had some who believed in me, and I think I delivered for them.
Okay. Yes. Yes. All right. So now you came up and you became a lawyer. At what part of your life did you decide to become a Christian?
I want to believe I became a true Christian towards the end of my secondary school at King's College, Lagos. I think that was where there was this crusade organized by Benny Hinn, this popular Christian
Yes.
evangelist,
Yes. Uh-huh.
in Lagos, and I attended the crusade. That was actually where I gave my life to Christ and became born again finally.
Okay. Which one occurred first? You giving your life to Christ or you getting involved in music? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, giving my life to Christ happened first.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I first gave my life to Christ, and along the line, he began to give me inspirations, music-wise, and I began to write, and that's it. Finally, I was ordained an evangelist, but that was in 2006.
Yes.
Yes, I was ordained an evangelist in 2006 after managing so many choirs, being music director in so many churches. They deemed it wise to ordain me a missionary, so
Yes.
that is where we are now, yeah.
It would seem to me like you were involved in music at the church level before you started writing and
I've been in
singing.
music,
Uh-huh.
I've been in music, I think, since 1993.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
was that while you were still in school or after you left school?
And I was in the university then.
Okay, you were in university at that time. Okay,
Exactly.
yes. And you started singing maybe on campus?
Exactly. I started singing on campus, yes.
Okay. So is your music something you do by ear or did you learn any form of music theory?
No, I didn't learn any music theory by then. No. Even I'm not sure I've learned any music theory.
Okay.
I'm just like a born musician.
Okay, okay. Yes. Interesting. And do you play any instruments too?
I try my fingers on the keyboard.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, tell us the story of you getting into doing your own music now? What you said the Lord earlier, you said the Lord gave you some inspirations. So tell us a little more about that and how it led you to putting together your own album.
Yeah, that's correct. He gave me the inspiration. Sometimes in the dream when I'm sleeping, songs drop, and I quickly wake up to record them. Sometimes on the streets as I'm walking, the music drops.
Yes.
And I quickly lay hands on my phone and I get that recorded. So it's just that way that the inspiration has been coming.
Yes. Do you write most of the songs you sing, or do you sing songs that other persons write, or traditional songs that have been around?
No, I write original songs mainly.
Okay. All right, so tell us the story of putting together that first album. What is the name of the first album? Tell us the story behind it.
My first album was in 1993, if I could remember very well. And the name of that album is Departure.
Okay. Departure.
Yeah. Departure from old ways of doing things, departure from old life, departure from just a couple of issues. That was, I think that is the caption of the album, Departure. Really,
yes.
I felt I had left, and I'm moving forward with life. Yeah.
From there, you went on to create 8 albums in all. So,
yes, my recent work is my 8th gospel album, captioned Apple of His Eyes.
Okay, yes. And what led you to give it that title?
Well, my journey with the Lord so far it's not been too bad an experience. I have personally had it rough and tough.
Yes.
But it has been God who has sustained me, who has kept me all this while. So I'm led into believing that if I were not the apple of His eyes, perhaps my enemy would long have consumed me. So
yes.
it's like letting them know that whatever they may want to do, whichever way they may want to come, I remain the apple of God's eyes, and His protection is upon my life.
Okay, and I take it, am I correct, that one of the songs on the album goes by that name too? Do you have a song on the album that
I didn't get
bears
that last question, sorry.
Yes, do you have a song on the album that bears the same name, Apple of His Eyes? This is one of the songs, a title track from the album.
Captioned Apple of His Eyes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Okay, yes.
Very danceable African beat. Yeah, I do.
Okay. What are the names of some of the other songs on the album?
The other tracks in this album?
Yes. Apple of His Eye.
Yeah, you have Apple of His Eyes, like I just said.
Yes.
You have What a Wonder.
Yes.
You have I'm Gonna Praise God. You have Hear My Cry. You have Tell Me Why. Tell Me Why. I love that track so very much.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about that one.
It's dramatic in nature. This person is busy wandering away, doing things that he ordinarily shouldn't be doing, paying less attention about his future, paying less attention about eternity, and I'm here asking him, why do you think what you're doing is the right thing to do?
Okay.
Why don't you take a rethink and consider eternity. Consider where you'll be spending life after death. So
Yes.
that is the crux of that song. Tell me
Okay.
why you're doing what you're doing. Why don't you take a rethink and then return back to God?
Yes. Yes, indeed. Indeed. So far, have you gotten the albums, say, in the Caribbean? Is it available in the Caribbean?
No, no, not at all.
Okay.
I wish I could.
Uh-huh. Okay. But are they on any other musical platforms like Spotify
Is it?
and
Oh,
Amazon?
oh, sure. Yes, it's on. Sure, sure. It's all there. It's on almost every online music store.
Okay, so it's just for persons back in the Caribbean to know about them.
Exactly.
Okay, okay. All right. So now, tell me, what is your most interesting experience, you would say, in your music ministry over the years? What do you think that might be?
Most interesting
Yes,
experience.
our exciting
Interesting
one,
experience.
yes, whether interesting or exciting. Some event that happened that you can remember.
Well, I think the most interesting experience happens to be this year, 2021. I traveled back home to Nigeria for like 2 months plus, and it
Yes.
was like everybody wanted me everywhere at the same time. They just wanted to hear me sing, hear me minister. Yeah, so it was like, you know, here comes the hero.
Yes.
So I mean, it was such a lovely experience, truly speaking.
Okay. Yes, I can just imagine that. Yes, everybody
Mm.
wanted their taste of you, to hear you sing
Yeah,
and all of that.
even till yesterday, you can imagine. I've been away from. I left Nigeria 2 weeks ago. They still want me to come back, and and I told them it's just not possible for now. Everybody got to wait until I'm back again. So
Yes.
it's been a long 2021 truly, just these past few months.
Okay. Okay. That's wonderful.
Mm.
Yes. No place like home, I tell you.
No, like you're right.
Yes. So now, suppose there is a young person coming up in life who think that music is where they are destined to go. They want to be a music minister for the Lord. What sort of advice would you give such a person?
I would encourage such a person to go into it without hesitation, but not really being profit oriented or profit minded in the first instance. If he's convinced to sing because the Lord has given him that ministry of singing, I mean, it will be fine. He just sings because he wants to bless the name of the Lord and then bless the church. If he gets to make money from it, at the end of the day, fine. But if he doesn't, if he wants it is a conviction, I think it would be an interesting thing for anybody to just go into. How sweet it is, ministering in the presence of the
Yes.
Lord in song. Yeah, so
Yes. And some artists have told me, and by what you're saying, I think you may be saying the same thing indirectly. Some artists have told me that it's good to have a backup career. It's good to get your education and get yourself, qualified in some area so that you can either fall back on it or support your ministry. What do you think about that?
that is 100% correct, and which was why I worked very hard to become the lawyer that I am today. I'm a musician, but I'm equally a lawyer. I'm doing my PhD right now.
Okay.
If I had relied only on music, I possibly wouldn't be where I am today, truly.
Yes.
So you go into music if you have the calling to do that, but also find a backup so that you can have something to fall back on in case your music has not dropped yet or has not made it the way you would want it.
Yes. Yes. Well, yes, that is very important because sometimes music can be a bit uncertain. The things might not go the way you're expecting it to go, and there may be lull periods. So it's always best to have yourself some backup area to fall back on, and also having a career may help you to be able to own your own music rather than depending solely on producers and labels to think about you and to decide to love you and your music.
You're right, 100% correct.
Okay, so I think that's very good advice. We have been hearing it from many artists who I interview on this program, and so young persons coming up are being given some sound advice as to how to approach the music ministry.
You can't imagine the number of musicians we have out there. There are so many of them competing for the market. So you must be sure you have a backup, so that you don't get disappointed or you don't feel bad along the way.
Okay. Now there's another area of your life that you are involved in. Would you want to say a little bit about it? It has to do with broadcasting. How did you get into that?
Wow. Well, I must confess that this has really been a very beautiful experience so far. I have been broadcasting with UVC Radio for some months now. Well, the founder of the station,
yes,
Mark Leon, is a very good friend of mine. We've known for so many years. So, and when he wanted to go into this, he told me about it, and I was happy to volunteer. An inexperienced broadcaster, but I think I've learned along the way.
Okay.
Getting better.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's been lovely, really. It's been lovely.
Okay, so what type of show do you do?
Well, I run an African show on UBC.
Okay.
Mixed with gospel and African high life music.
Okay, that must be interesting. Yes. Okay.
Very interesting. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it if you have time.
Yes, I'll take a listen one day for sure. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Tell me now, if someone wants to contact you about your music or maybe about doing some ministry for them, how would they reach you?
Well, two ways. One, it could be through telephone, and maybe via WhatsApp. My phone number is +351 934 799 647. I'll take it again, +351 934 799 647, or through my email, which is Sunny, as in SUNNY .Ezurike, which is EZURIKE @gmail.com.
Okay, so they can contact you via those means. All right.
That's correct.
Yes. Well, Sonny, it was really a sunny day talking with you. It was, we had a lovely time and I enjoyed it very much. So I want to thank you for sharing with us today, and we wish you
Thank
all
you.
the blessings, all God's richest blessings with your music ministry and your law
Thank you so
career
very
and also your
much.
broadcasting ministry too. We wish you all the best in those areas.
Thank you. I do most sincerely appreciate your time.
24/7. Day and night. 24/7. Sleeping or awake. Gospel City. 24/7.